learn to ask for what you want instead of telling your partner what a jerk they are for the 20th time that week.
When you work with a high conflict couple, the couples that come in and say, I'm not sure we're going to make it. You know, they're sort of on the last chance saloon. They've come to you because this is really make or break. How do you work with those couples, and how do you yourself keep up your own optimism about relationships?
Mm-hmm. Well, one thing is to realize that the mental health field for a long time focused on healing the individual, getting well, and there's a new therapy that's come out in the last 20, 30 years. It's about relational healing. A relationship is not two people. A relationship is two people and the space between them. And it's not empty space. This space between has to be safe, and a couple needs to learn to deal with their issues in a way that doesn't threaten their partner. So it's shifting from judgment to curiosity. Instead of getting reactive, if your partner says something that you don't like, stopping and first mirror them back and validate and empathize before you then share your view, and learn to ask for what you want instead of telling your partner what a jerk they are for the 20th time that week. Like, that's not going to get you anywhere.
Yeah, and working with a couple in therapy, the pattern we have is we do not let them become high conflict couples in the therapy session, because that then makes the therapy session unsafe, and anxiety is what they're dealing with. And we also help them understand what has to come out of that space and what has to go into that space. And the one thing that we help them understand has to come out of the space is negativity. And that you have to make a grand sacrifice, because negativity simply means I object to who you are and I want you to be somebody else. So that's emotional annihilation. And each person does that to each other, and both refuse to be annihilated. So they come back and re-annihilate each other in a never-ending thing. The only way out is that they go to zero negativity. And we have to help them. You can do that cold turkey, or you can take several weeks or months or years to do it. We say go cold turkey, like starting now.
And you can deal with your negative issues, but in a way that's less negative and that will land on your partner in a way that will increase the likelihood that they'll respond. So there are skills you can learn to say what you want that will evoke engagement.
Yeah, and you know, couples that are highly conflicted, I really enjoy working with those couples because there's so much energy there, but the energy is coming out in a negative way. And because of the way the primitive brain really operates, the survival brain, most people really do know what they don't want. And that's what comes out. I don't want this, and that. What most people really haven't been able to express is what they do want. So reframing, and sometimes I just use a simple sentence like, wow, so you really just don't want that. What is it that you do want? And when they begin talking about what they want, rather than what they don't want, it allows the other partner to be more receptive, open, and they begin making some movements in that positive direction.
That's great.
Many couples are very conflictive, and they get argumentative and heated right away. So I ask them to choose a topic where it's very safe for them and to try to agree. So I teach them how to express what they want to say with I statements, and how to avoid saying you, because the minute you comes out, you know, the lion comes out, and then the other you will come back even stronger, like you were saying. And so then that's what they do as a couple. But then individually, I have the woman and the man, they've practiced in front of a mirror as to how they're going to respond when they are very, very heated and very mad about something. They look at the mirror and they say, when I hear those words, I feel this way. So they practice in the mirror, they practice at home, they practice in my office, they practice with me. So when the times come, which is very charged and it's very easy to forget, all the skills go out the window, they already practice so much that they are able to recall the skills and do a better job at interacting and communicating. So I love the results of the skills and the performing and role playing. It's very powerful.
That makes a lot of sense. So they become experts at the skills by practicing.
Experts at their own relationship. You know, I find that taking the time and setting the priority on your relationship and committing to 1 or 2 or 3 solid days of intensive work can be so powerful and so therapeutic, because they're saying our relationship is important to us. We're going to put everything else aside and we're going to focus on our relationship. And so when I offer intensives for couples, we close the door, we roll up our sleeves, and we get to work. And what can happen in 20 hours is so incredible, because they've already made the decision that they want to work. And sometimes we go into it deciding this is it, last chance saloon. You know, we're either going to figure this out or we're going to part ways, but we're going to unturn every stone.
So if you're a couple where you're feeling hopeless about your relationship, take a minute and try to remember, what was the vision that you had of what you wanted for your partnership? And try to get in touch with one of us as the experts. We can help you get back to that vision.